I know that I'm an illustrated storytime channel. Believe me, I know this, so this might sound a little bit odd. Try not to get upset with me when I say it though. But the truth is, this genre is starting to absolutely suck. I've been on YouTube for a while now, and I've been working my butt off ever since I started. Altogether, I've made a total of 102 videos, which I'm kind of happy about that. My subs and views weren't handed to me like they were with some other YouTubers. And despite what some other people may think, my approach to YouTube isn't as copy and paste as some of the other animators. Which is in no way me dissing any other animators. If you feel like you create original content, then that's good for you. Disclaimer, everything you're about to hear in this video is my opinion on the subject. You are more than welcome to express your own opinion in the comment section, but be smart about it, don't be stupid. I was animating for hours the other day, and it kind of struck me. Dude, you've been doing this every day for 5 years, in hopes that you'll be thrown a bone. You've watched people with far worse content get way ahead of you by leeching off somebody or copying them. What if you never make it? What if you're just wasting your time? I have dedicated a huge chunk of my time and energy to YouTube. It even has power over my dreams. When I go to sleep, all I think about is that day that I might hit 100,000 or something. Or be able to release some sick merch and have enough subscribers that'll actually want it. And do something cool like speak on a panel or something. For something I've been dedicating my life to for a whole 5 years, I want to see results. James is an awesome content creator, and because of that, anybody who creates his kind of content thinks that they have to be exactly like him in order for the content to be good. So they'll bait his name in a video, they'll collab with him, or they'll just steal one of his ideas, and if they gain some popularity off being like him, others will watch their content because they become a fan of this person, and out of that person's subscribers, someone will decide that being a YouTube animator can't be that hard because this other person that I just mentioned before was able to gain a decent amount of subscribers even though they only had like 1 or 2 videos on their channel. Seeing that, someone from their fanbase will try doing YouTube as well. And they'll probably gain popularity because people want to subscribe to more people that are exactly like James. And from this YouTuber's fan base, somebody else will try animation and they will gain popularity by using the same copy and paste content. And this cycle will go on until we have 100,000 Odd Ones Out channels. And I'm not saying that every single animator on YouTube is a clone of another animator, because I myself am an animated YouTube channel and I actually like watching those kinds of channels. What I am saying is when you have a bunch of 11 and 12 year olds with about 50,000 subscribers, they're going to want to post content. But at that age, you're not really going to have that many stories to tell. And also, you're still at a part of your life where you're learning yourself, so you're not going to be able to draw conclusions from those stories. So what you get is a bunch of content that doesn't really matter. It doesn't better the person that made it, and it doesn't better the person that watches it. So what you end up with is a plethora of a bunch of mundane content about first world problems like coffee and sleeping and your first time on a roller coaster. Times that you've cut your ankle when running. I've really always been a fan of content that I can grow from, and being able to make it is a plus. That's why I freaking love channels like Illymation, Young Don the Sauce God, Sultan Sketches, and Speechy. Because at the end of their video, they usually give you some decent advice. Or just the general story overall has something that you can take away from it. I like it because it doesn't always have to be pretty girls and getting likes and retweets. That's not the biggest factor about making videos on YouTube. The content we make doesn't have to be skin deep. When a YouTuber is put in an uncomfortable situation in a story time, they learn something, and so do we. And I've been watching a lot of these channels for a while, and it's kind of sad that a lot of these channels don't even get noticed. I feel like YouTube is starting to aim more towards mediocre content that doesn't really have much value. And this is either discouraging people who want to get into the genre who aren't socially awkward yet excitable and introverted animators, and the original people who don't eventually quit the genre kind of decide to stop going against the majority and become like most other animators, which sucks because we're losing good content and either completely casting out, ridiculing, or just discouraging decent creators, which is why I wholeheartedly agree with what Illymation said. YouTube does have a lack of serious stories, and I don't know about you guys, but I like the Odd Ones Out that I have, so why would I need to subscribe to another one? If I hear one more person's Random Thoughts Edition video, I am going to go crazy. Like, look at the whole Fox Goodman situation. This dude was able to earn a pretty decent following by clickbaiting one of his videos with meeting the Odd Ones Out and Jaden Animations at VidCon. The funny thing about this is he didn't go to VidCon and he didn't meet either of them. He most likely saw somebody else's vlog about VidCon and saw how they were able to get a decent amount of views on a video by saying they met them at VidCon. And not to be cocky or anything, but that video was probably mine, because I vlogged a year ago of my experience at VidCon, and that video was able to get 500,000 views. In fact, this year at VidCon, I met a lot of people that said the reason that they went was because they saw my VidCon vlog. And being a clone of James, he's able to pull in a huge amount of people that either want to see content that is exactly like James's content, or because of the fact that there's this huge amount of drama surrounding his name at the moment. So not by being himself on YouTube or making content that can better people. If you're a content creator and you're making a bunch of content that never really tells us about who you are as a creator, do you think people are actually coming back to the channel for you? Or do you think people are coming back to the channel because of the idea of someone else? I'm gonna be real with y'all. I thought about quitting this genre so many times because I thought the only way I could succeed in this genre is by being someone else. The only thing that keeps me going is sometimes when I'm acknowledged for being myself, or when I see another YouTuber in this community trying to be themselves. I often draw myself in my videos with bags under my eyes just to signify how tired I am of this shit. I want to be able to express myself through my art and do well on YouTube, not express someone else through my art and do well on YouTube. I even deleted over half the videos that I had made because I didn't feel like they were enough like James's content to even exist on the platform. In the video I made about foster kids, I was asked, why did you even make that video? What's the point of making that kind of video? Because at the time, and around my age, it was kind of unheard of for me to make a story about anything that didn't have to do with school, being quirky, being awkward, or anything else like that. It would be cool to eventually see a YouTube where good content is actually valued. Until then, it's going to be drama and boxing matches and people leeching off of those subjects. That's the kind of content we respond best to, so that's why that's the kind of content people will always make. I think you'll find that people will be much happier and be much smarter once you stop trying to go with the flow and just be yourself.